From the Horn Auto Center Studios, Chris Bennett and the Morning Brew.
All right, folks, it's time for a special wedding week edition of Am I the Jerk? And I've got two special guest judges, my daughter Madison, the bride-to-be, and her soon-to-be husband, Beckett. Get your gavels ready. You guys are going to be the judges, and I'll read the story, and when we come back, we'll get your ruling. Do you guys have your wigs and robes on?
Of course.
Perfect.
We came prepared.
Awesome. Well, good thing you registered for those, right?
Uh-huh.
It didn't make sense, I'm sure. You're like, why did we register for these? And you're like, oh, this makes perfect sense. All right, here we go. Here's the deal. So I'm getting married in a few weeks and doing all the usual guest list drama. We gave everyone the standard +1 rule. If you're in a relationship, great, bring your person. If not, maybe come solo and enjoy the open bar. Here's the thing. My brother is not dating anyone, but when he RSVP'd, he put down himself and Mortimer, his ventriloquist dummy. No joke. This is a full-size suit-wearing wooden dummy he takes everywhere. Restaurants, game nights, even introduced it to my now in-laws like it was a person. I called and said, hey, maybe Mortimer can sit this one out? And my brother got offended, said I was judging his lifestyle and that Mortimer had already picked out a tie. Now my mom's involved. This is the first one I've had a hard time getting through. Now my mom's involved, saying I should let it go. It's his coping mechanism or creative outlet or whatever. But this is my wedding. I don't want a wooden dummy in tuxedo photos. Am I the jerk?
I think that she is not the jerk. I personally would probably give her the advice to just say the +1 is for significant others, but we'd love to have Mortimer at, like, some other family event to kind of try and maybe, like, keep the peace between her family, but also not have the puppet at the wedding.
But Mortimer's already picked out a tie, Madison. Like, what about...
Wear it to the other event that he's being invited.
What about, like, can Mortimer come to the rehearsal dinner or maybe the reception?
I think there's I think he's for sure allowed to come to the to the dinner, you know. He doesn't need that much.
All right. This is great.
So I think there's an angle of this that we're maybe missing.
What's that?
Do you think the brother thinks Mortimer is his significant
What if
other?
Mortimer is the brother's significant other?
Wow, man, dude, you're very open-minded there, Beckett. Maybe. That's a good point. Well, so Madison, you rule that she's not the jerk.
No, she's not.
And Beckett, you say, hey, hold on. You know, Mortimer might be his...
Depending on whether or not Mortimer is his significant other. You know?
Wonderful.
Okay. If he is, then he's not breaking any rules.
Well, I tell you what, I am so excited for your two's wedding Friday, but I really want to go to this wedding too. So, because I got to see if Mortimer shows up. All right, in the case of Am I the Jerk for not letting my brother bring his ventriloquist dummy to my wedding, Madison and Beckett rule... You are not the jerk.
Hi, I'm Mortimer. I'm a wooden dummy and a broken man. I was supposed to attend a wedding and I picked out the perfect tie. Satin blue, Windsor dot, subtle polka dots. But apparently, no one's +1 is allowed to be made of wood. Now that tie hangs untouched, unloved. But your tie doesn't have to suffer like mine. Welcome to Mortimer's gently used formal wear Emporium, where unwanted ties and suspenders and cover buns from unwanted +1s get a second shot at the spotlight. Each item comes with a story and a light scent of cedar wood. Mortimer's gently used formal wear Emporium, where dummies are a +1.
My daughter and her fiancé, Beckett, are getting married this Friday, and I thought we would do a little game called Would You Rather Wedding Edition with Madison and Beckett. Are you two ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather forget your vows or forget the rings?
The vows, probably, because I feel like we could just speak from the heart.
Right. What about you, Beckett?
I feel really similarly, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I could, you know, just be really honest and have something nice come out of my mouth.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and don't leave me in charge of the rings, right? You have someone else in charge of the rings because I lose stuff real easily.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Would you rather your DJ accidentally play the chicken dance da-na-na-na-na-na, for your first dance, or your ex shows up and requests a song?
Ooh.
I think I'd rather have an ex show up and request a song because that would kind of be a funny story to tell.
Are you sure? Which ex?
Would you rather trip down the aisle or get your name mispronounced in the ceremony?
Trip down the aisle. I'm going to do that anyway.
Oh, gosh, dang it. I'm the one that's going to mispronounce your name. I hope I don't do that. What about you, Madison?
I probably would trip down the aisle. I'm with Beckett. That's probably going to happen regardless.
Yeah, and if I mispronounce your name, I'm in big trouble. All right. And last question. This is a tough one. Would you rather wear matching wedding Crocs or wedding-themed onesies for the reception?
Ooh.
Probably wedding Crocs, because I feel like the shoes won't show that much in pictures, and at least we'd be able to be comfy and dance all night long.
Yeah, but not as cute as matching onesies.
But I want to wear my dress.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, we could wear those for years.
That's true.
Our cute little matching wedding Crocs.
That was Would You Rather Wedding Edition with my daughter Madison and my future son-in-law Beckett. This wedding season, say goodbye to stiff tuxedos and itchy lace and say hello to comfort. Introducing the matching wedding Crocs and onesie combo by Casual Couture, the makers of long john thongs and napkin pants. Our sleek, breathable wedding onesies come in elegant shades like eggshell fleece and toolish gray, and the Crocs bedazzled, coordinated, and orthopedically aligned for happily ever after.
I didn't walk down the aisle. I glided.
I was so comfortable I almost fell asleep at my own wedding.
Say I do to comfort, because nothing says forever like matching Crocs. Disclaimer, wearing a wedding onesie may result in overheating, judgmental relatives, or unexpected snuggling. Crocs may squeak at inappropriate moments. Do not wear while operating heavy equipment. Casual Couture is not responsible for annulments due to overcomfort. Janine, good
Hi
morning.
there. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Happy hump day.
Yeah. And you're all in the wedding mode right here. Yeah.
2 days away. My daughter Madison is getting married to Beckett, and I'm so excited. I'm officiating the wedding, and oh my gosh, Janine, I just got so emotional. I got goosebumps thinking about it. I've been pretty good. I haven't been crying a lot lately. I've been practicing,
Toughening up.
So I'm not crying when I'm doing the wedding. So
her mom's going to give her away, or who's giving her away?
Yeah, so her mom's walking her down the aisle, Andrea, and I'm officiating the wedding. So,
very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's right around the corner. It just seems like, 25 years ago, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. It seems like just yesterday that she was a little itty-bitty girl just playing fun games with me and being silly. And now she's starting her own life.
That's super
It's pretty
exciting.
beautiful.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thanks so much. It is hump day, and so we always do a little Am I the Jerk Court. I was wondering if we can do a little Am I the Jerk Court this morning.
Yes, let's do it.
All rise. The Honorable Jineane Ford presides. All right, here we go, Jineane. Here's the story.
Okay.
For my gluten-sensitive sister's birthday, I ordered her a gorgeous, custom gluten-free cake from a local baker months in advance. I spent over $100 and asked for a vintage-style pastel orange cake with edible glitter and fresh fruit compote. Or however you say it. Oh,
yeah.
compote. There you go. The night before pickup, the baker emailed saying she used the wrong color. I was disappointed, but appreciated her offer to re-ice it. The next day, the cake looked nothing like what I ordered. Flat, dry, no glitter, and frozen berries instead of compote. Compote?
Yeah.
Or frozen berries instead of compote. I politely emailed with comparison photos, but didn't ask for a refund. When she didn't respond, I left a mild review. Honest, not nasty. I even wished her business well. But she clapped back, accusing me of altering the photos, saying I should have never left a bad review. I was shocked. I thought I was fair, but now I'm asking, Am I the jerk for posting a bad review? When we come back, we're going to find out the ruling from Jineane Ford. All rise and welcome back to Am I the Jerk Court. Jineane, am I the jerk for leaving a bad review after paying $100 plus for a cake that was nothing like what I asked for? What rule you?
You know what? I kind of was in this position one time before, and I didn't want to ruin the business, but I looked up other reviews and noticed that there were some of the other same complaints. Okay, so in that way, I went ahead and I was honest, and I left an honest review, and it was just a mediocre. I didn't leave a horrid review, right? But I left it. It was a Yelp kind of a thing. But if you look and all of their reviews are 5-star, and she's got a really great business, then this may have just been an oddity, and you have to ask yourself, did I communicate properly to her?
Right.
Did I, you know what I mean? So maybe you just kind of lighten up and not leave a hideous review in that situation. But if she shows other reviews that they're kind of like that, you could go ahead and I just don't want to ruin anybody's little business if they've had a really odd moment or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he might be a little bit jerky if he's doing that. I don't know.
They did reach out before they left the review, and the business owner didn't respond back. Until they left the bad review.
Right. Yeah. And see, that's another thing. So this one is, like I say, you have to use your best judgment. And that's why. And then if I'm using a business, I have left kind of a negative review, but in a funny way. And then they remedied this other problem. This was a different review. And I went back and I just then made it right and just said, oh my gosh, they fixed this. It's wonderful.
Oh.
You know, so you try to help them. So
that's great.
But little businesses are tough. You don't know what they're going through. But if you're paying that much for a cake and they just botch the whole thing, I think you have to be honest. So,
yeah,
maybe not the jerk.
And people seem a little bit more eager to share bad reviews. I think people need to be a little more proactive on sharing good reviews too, right?
Yes. Like I'm one of those super Yelpers, and 95% of my Yelps are all positive. Trying to help small businesses for sure.
That's great.
It takes a lot for me to leave a negative review.
Yep. Well, in the case of Am I the Jerk for leaving a bad review for a cake that was nothing like I asked for, you rule?
I think not the jerk. Yeah, not the jerk. He's being honest, and but be nice. Try to be nice, everybody.
Yeah. Don't be jerk. Yeah. That's my motto. All right, Jineane, we love you, best friend. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You too. Bye-bye, Chris.